China has begun testing a cutting-edge sixth-generation fighter jet capable of operating in space, and that's according to reports. Codenamed Beidi or White Emperor, this advanced aircraft is designed as an integrated space.
You won't believe what China just revealed. Their new fighter jet, the White Emperor, has left experts around the world speechless. It's fast, stealthy, and can even fly near space. Is this the future of war? Let's dive into what makes this jet so shocking and powerful. Futuristic design and stealth capabilities. The White Emperor looks like something from the future, and that's exactly what makes it so exciting. Its sharp angles and sleek body help it stay hidden from enemy radar. The shape isn't random. It's carefully made to reflect radar waves in different directions so they don't bounce straight back. This makes the jet harder to see on radar screens. The canopy, where the pilot sits, also helps with stealth.
Generation fighter jet capable of operating in space. Now, according to reports, codenamed Beidi or White Emperor.
It has a special design with different sections that reduce reflections. It also protects the pilot from lasers and heat-seeking systems. So while it looks cool, it also plays a big role in keeping the jet safe and hidden. Another thing that stands out is how fast and smooth the White Emperor can fly. It has delta-shaped wings and very sharp edges that help it move through the air with less resistance. This means the jet can fly at very high speeds while staying stable. That's super helpful during fast turns or when trying to dodge enemy fire. The design also makes it more fuel efficient, which helps the jet fly longer without needing to stop or refuel. That gives it more time in the sky to complete missions. All of these features work together to make the White Emperor one of the most advanced jets we've seen. It flies fast, stays hidden, and protects the pilot. Every part of its design has a purpose. China has clearly spent a lot of time and effort to build something that could change the way future air battles are fought. But the jet's amazing design is just the start. It can also do something no other fighter jet can do. One of the most surprising things about the White Emperor is its ability to fly in both the sky and near space. Most fighter jets are built for air combat, but this one can handle much more. It's designed to move smoothly between the atmosphere and the edge of space. That gives it a big advantage in modern warfare, where speed and height can decide everything. The jet can fly at hypersonic speeds, which means it moves many times faster than the speed of sound. At the same time, it stays fuel efficient, allowing longer missions without needing to refuel often. What makes it even more impressive is how well it performs in tough environments. Near space has very thin air and extreme temperatures, but the White Emperor is built to handle it. Flying between the sky and space gives the White Emperor huge advantages, but it needs powerful weapons to make the most of these new abilities. The White Emperor is not only fast and hard to see, it also carries a lot of firepower. Its large weapons bay can hold more and heavier weapons than many other jets. This means it can take on many kinds of missions. It can fight other jets in the air or hit targets on the ground. Even with all these weapons, it still stays hidden. The weapons are stored inside the jet, so enemy radar can't easily spot it. Inside the cockpit, everything is made to help the pilot stay focused. The screens show clear and simple information. The layout is made so the pilot can reach everything without trouble. This helps during long flights or during fast and stressful missions. What really stands out is how smart the jet is. It helps the pilot make quick choices during combat. The jet gives useful updates in real time. The weapons and smart cockpit make this jet deadly in battle, but China built it for more than just fighting. It has a hidden mission that could change everything. The White Emperor is built for more than just fighting. It also plays a big role in gathering secret information. Thanks to its stealth design, it can fly into enemy areas without being noticed. This makes it perfect for reconnaissance missions, where the goal is to collect data and return safely. Its high-tech sensors can pick up signals, track movements, and even scan large areas without being seen. Another important feature is its ability to work in space-like conditions. This means the White Emperor could take part in missions that deal with satellites. It might be able to block or even destroy enemy satellites, giving China more control over space activity. Some experts also believe it could help deploy new space systems in the future. The White Emperor is part of a larger plan called the Nantianmen Project. This project is focused on combining air and space power. With this jet, China is showing that it wants to be ready for future battles, not just in the sky, but also in near space. China's plans for this jet are part of something much bigger happening around the world. Global implications. The White Emperor has made a big impact around the world. Many military experts are surprised by how advanced it is. This jet is not only strong and fast, it also shows that China is moving ahead quickly in military technology. Other countries now have to think again about their own plans. People are already talking about how it compares to the US Next Generation Air Dominance program. Both are working on new jets, but the White Emperor shows that China is working hard to lead. It is not following others. It is trying to go ahead and set the pace. This new jet is also changing how people think about space. For many years, space was used mostly for science and satellites. Now, things are changing. The White Emperor can reach near space and may even deal with satellites. That means space could become part of future battles. The world is paying close attention. This jet shows that the fight for control is not only in the sky anymore. Other countries are scrambling to catch up, but China isn't waiting. They have a clear vision for dominating the future of air and space warfare. China is putting a lot of time, money, and effort into building the future of fighter jets. The White Emperor is one big example, but it's only the start. China wants to move ahead in the world of aerospace, not just keep up with other countries. To do this, they are making huge investments in new technology. One big focus is artificial intelligence. Chinese engineers are working on smart systems that can help pilots during missions. These systems can read data, spot dangers, and give fast advice. This makes flying safer and smarter. China is also working on better engines. These engines will use less fuel, but still give more power. This helps jets fly longer and faster. At the same time, researchers are building new materials that are stronger and lighter. These materials can handle high heat and stress during fast flights. All of these steps are part of a clear goal. China wants to build the most advanced jets in the world. They are not just copying what others are doing, they are trying to make things that have never been done before. China's big dreams of leading the world in military technology need specific goals and a step-by-step plan to make them real. China's Ministry of National Defense has shared a plan to build fighter jets that work in new and better ways. The goal is not only to make jets faster or stronger. The idea is to change how fighter jets are used in future battles. One big goal is to improve stealth. New jets will be harder to see on radar. This helps them fly without being noticed. Another goal is better flight control. Jets will be easier to fly, even at very high speeds or in bad weather. A really exciting part of the plan is called multi-domain fusion. This means the jet can collect and use information from air, land, sea, and space at the same time. The pilot gets a clear picture of everything going on. That helps with faster and smarter choices during missions. China is also working on new engines, new materials, and smart systems that help the pilot during flight. These features will make jets more powerful and ready for different situations. To reach these ambitious goals, China had to solve one of the biggest challenges first: building engines powerful enough to make it all work. Engine breakthroughs. China's work on fighter jet engines has made big progress, and the White Emperor is a key part of that. One of the most important steps forward is the WS-15 engine. This engine is built using a special method where the blades inside are made from single crystal materials. These blades are very strong and can handle extreme heat and stress. They spin faster than a hurricane and work in conditions hotter than lava. This helps the engine produce a very high level of thrust, making the jet faster and more powerful. China is also developing something called adaptive cycle engines. These engines are very smart. They can change how they work depending on the mission. If the jet needs more speed, the engine gives more power. If it needs to save fuel, the engine switches to a mode that uses less. This helps the jet fly longer and adjust to different battle needs during the same mission. Fuel efficiency is another important focus. These new engines can fly longer without refueling. This gives the jet more time in the air and helps with long missions or surprise attacks. These engine upgrades are not just about power. They also make the jet more flexible, smarter, and ready for many kinds of missions. Stronger engines, smarter controls, and better fuel use all help the White Emperor stand out. New engines are important, but China also created new materials that change everything. The White Emperor's advanced design is made possible by big changes in material science. Chinese engineers have created new types of materials that help the jet stay hidden and perform better in extreme conditions. One of the biggest breakthroughs is the use of smart composite materials. These materials can adjust how they react to different sensors. For example, if enemy radar tries to detect the jet, these materials can change how they reflect signals, making it harder to track. This gives the White Emperor a big advantage in stealth missions. Another key development is the use of ceramic matrix composites. These materials are strong, light, and can survive very high temperatures. They are used in the jet's engines and other parts that get extremely hot. Traditional metals would melt or weaken in such heat, but ceramic composites stay strong. This helps the jet fly at higher speeds without damage. China is also working on materials that can change their radar signature during a mission. This means the jet can stay hidden from many types of detection systems, not just one. It's like giving the jet a way to blend in, no matter what kind of radar is being used. All of these new materials help the White Emperor become faster, safer, and harder to find. These are not just small upgrades. They are major steps forward that show how much China is investing in the future of air combat. These smart materials help the jet stay hidden and fly faster, but the real magic happens when you combine them with artificial intelligence, hybrid autonomy, and AI integration. One of the smartest features of the White Emperor is how it works with artificial intelligence. This jet is not fully controlled by AI. A human pilot still flies the plane, but the AI system acts like a co-pilot, helping with many important tasks. This teamwork between the pilot and AI makes flying easier, faster, and much safer. During a mission, the AI handles routine jobs like checking systems, tracking fuel, and scanning the sky. This lets the pilot focus on bigger things like flying, aiming, and reacting to threats. When the pilot needs help making fast decisions, the AI steps in with advice. It can suggest flight paths, find targets, and even warn about dangers before the pilot sees them. One of the most exciting features is advanced sensor fusion. This means the jet combines data from many sensors, radar, heat detectors, cameras, and electronic signals into one clear picture. The AI puts all this information together and gives the pilot a full 360-degree view of the battlefield. The pilot no longer has to check separate screens or guess where enemies are hiding. This smart system helps the pilot make quicker and better decisions. In the middle of a fast and dangerous mission, that can make all the difference. If something goes wrong, control always goes back to the pilot right away. The system is built with safety in mind. The AI helps with flying, but China is also working on space-age weapons. China is working on new weapons that use energy instead of bullets or missiles. These are called directed energy weapons, and one type is the laser weapon. While many countries are still testing these, China has already shown some real examples. These weapons are small enough to fit on fighter jets like the White Emperor. Lasers work very fast. They hit targets at the speed of light. There's no waiting time, and they can be very accurate. That means the jet can hit a moving or small target without missing. Lasers also don't need to be reloaded like regular weapons. As long as there is enough power, the jet can keep firing. This saves space and weight on the aircraft. It also makes the jet more ready for longer missions. Another good thing is that laser weapons make very little noise and heat. This helps the White Emperor stay hidden during missions. It can attack quietly and avoid being seen. Lasers are also safer to carry. They don't use explosives, so there is less chance of an accident. Some experts think these weapons could be used to stop enemy drones or block radar systems. They may even be used to damage other aircraft in future battles. Right now, China is still testing how well these laser weapons work during real flights. But so far, the tests look good. The White Emperor could become one of the first jets to use this kind of weapon in real missions. Laser weapons might sound impossible, but China is already testing them on real flights, and the results are looking very promising. China is not just building ideas on paper, it is testing the White Emperor in real ways through air shows, exhibitions, and flight simulators. These tests help engineers and pilots see how the jet performs in action, not just in computer models. At major aviation shows in China, people have already seen working models of the White Emperor and its advanced systems. These events show that China is serious about moving from design to real use. Pilots have also tried the jet's features in flight simulators, which copy real flying conditions. These simulators help test how the jet handles, how fast it reacts, and how well the AI systems work. One of the most important features being tested is the AI flight control system. This system helps the pilot during missions by giving smart suggestions, tracking threats, and adjusting flight paths. Radar and sensor data is shared with the pilot in real time. The goal is to make flying safer and easier, especially in high-speed combat. But safety is always the top concern. That's why the system is built with strong safety rules. If the AI system has any problem, control goes back to the human pilot right away. This fallback feature has been tested many times in simulators and early flights. Testing the White Emperor in simulators and air shows proves it works, but China also had to build entirely new factories and systems to actually make these advanced jets. China is building more than just a powerful jet. It is also building everything around it to make sure the White Emperor works well. Across the country, new testing centers and factories are helping engineers design, test, and build advanced aircraft. In Beijing, there is a new wind tunnel that can test planes at speeds as high as Mach 8. This lets engineers study how jets behave when flying super fast. In another city, China has built the world's biggest testing center for special engines. These engines may power the next generation of fighter jets. China also has huge factories in places like Chengdu and Shenyang. These factories are filled with smart machines and robots. One machine can 3D print big jet parts using titanium. That saves time and makes strong, light parts. Robots also check every part for tiny problems that people might miss. This makes the jets safer and more reliable. In Shanghai, large clean rooms are used to build radar systems and other electronics. These parts help fighter jets stay aware of their surroundings during missions. All of this is made inside China. That means the country controls the whole process from start to finish. By doing everything in its own factories and labs, China can move faster and make changes more easily. The White Emperor is part of a much bigger effort. It shows that China is planning for the future and working hard to lead in air and space defense. The White Emperor is just the beginning of what's coming next in air and space combat. If you found this video interesting, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the world's most advanced military tech. Got thoughts? Drop a comment. We'd love to hear from you.